Hey, welcome to another episode of Q&A with Jay. Today's topic is one of those things that everybody struggles with, and the question is this: how can I get more time in my day? Especially as a small business owner, this struggle is real. It feels like there's never enough time to get the things done that you need to get done, especially if you're married, especially if you have children. It just seems impossible. But the reality is that we all get the same amount of hours in a day. Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett have the same 24 hours that you and I do. So how have they been able to leverage that over time in a way that maybe we're not? And here's one key that we're going to talk about today in order to literally multiply your time. The most important thing you can do is find the most important thing that you do and do that primarily. Here's what I mean by that. As a small business owner or a solopreneur, or even a young entrepreneur, you're going to be wearing a lot of different hats. You got a lot of different things that you have to do in order to stay in business. And sometimes it feels like you have to do all of those things because you can't afford to hire a team to do them for you, or you can't afford to even have one employee, much less an entire team. But what you can do is look around for contractors or virtual assistants to help you with a lot of these different things. And many times, these people can do it at a fraction of the cost, and sometimes much better than you could actually do it. If you're really good at one particular skill set, you should use your time primarily on that. Find somebody else that can help multiply your content for you, or shoot a little video for you, or maybe you shoot the video but you have somebody else edit it for you. There's resources like Fiverr.com where you can get all kinds of people to do all kinds of things for you, usually at a very low cost. And what happens is it allows you to focus on the things that only you can do. Because at the end of the day, that's where your real value is. And this is one thing I tell people all the time. When we spend money or lose money, we can always go get more money. We can. That's one of the beauties of the economies that many of us are fortunate to live in, is that when our money goes away, there's plenty of people who have gone completely bankrupt and become major success stories 10 years later. But once you spend your time is gone. You cannot get it back. It doesn't matter how rich you are or how famous you are or anything else. When your time is spent, it is gone. So how are you going to spend your time today in a way that's going to help you multiply it? And one of the key ways to do that is find contractors to help hand off some of those key elements for you so you can focus on your most valuable thing. A great first step on this is to start writing out a list of all the things that you do. And the way I like to segment it is like this. What are the things that I do on a daily basis? What are the things I have to do on a weekly basis? And what are the things that I have to do on a monthly basis? There's a great book by Michael Hyatt called Free to Focus. And in that book, he talks about this life compass idea. And he takes those elements of things that you do on a daily basis and say, hey, which ones of these things do you actually love to do, first of all? Which one do you have a desire to get done? And the second, which one do you have a competency to do? In other words, which one do you really good at, so you should be doing them? Ideally, you want to lean towards the things that you have a desire to do and you're really good at. Now look, when you're starting off, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do, but you have to ask the question, hey, if I could pay somebody else $50 to do this thing that's going to take me 10 hours to do, maybe that's a good use of my time, or dollars I should say, in order to create time. Because if I pay somebody else something that's going to take me 10 hours to do, I just freed up those 10 hours to do something that has real value. So leverage contractors and virtual assistants. There's tons of resources for these types of folks online. If you have other questions about it, leave it in the comments. This is a great way to scale your time and scale your business so you can focus on what you do best and actually love what you do. Thanks for being here for another episode of Q&A with Jay. I'll see you soon.